you believe that Jesus is the Savior's name, you have been fooled just like I was. We've been told that Jesus Christ is a transliteration of the Hebrew name Yahushua HaMashiach, which means Yahusha, the Messiah. Which actually makes no sense when you look up what a transliteration is. It does not involve changing the meaning of the text or the sound, but rather focuses on accurately representing the sounds of the original text in a different script or a different language. For example, this is the Father's name written in ancient Hebrew. These four letters are Yod, He, Uah, He, which you can actually find in the biblical concordance every time you click on Lord in all caps. It will take you to this name here, which they have actually mistranslated on purpose because there's actually no E or no V in Hebrew. Hova in Hebrew, Hova, actually means ruin and disaster. So this is a blatant error. So excuse their added vowel points and just take this name that I have highlighted right here. You have Yod, He, Uah, which is where they changed it to Vav, and then He. Yod, He, Uah, He, which in Hebrew is pronounced Yahuwah. Now to transliterate that name, we write it in another script or language to make it sound the exact same as it's said in Hebrew. Yahuwah, Yahuwah. Yod, He, Uah, Shin, Ayin. It's pronounced Yahusha. In English, Yahusha. This is how you transliterate. It sounds the exact same, but it's written so we can read it in English. So don't go around saying, I don't have to say the Savior's name in Hebrew. I speak English. Well, that would be false too, because the name Jesus actually derived from the Greek name Isus, which to me is quite shocking because there's actually a Greek god, Celtic god named Isus. You're probably wondering how they got this name. Well, they say it was a transliteration, which we know it's not because now we know what a transliteration is. It's a blatant change of the Savior's name over time. So we started with Yahushua HaMashiach. Yahusha means Yahuwah is salvation. The Shah actually comes from the Hebrew word Yasha, which means salvation. You can find all this in the concordance. So the Savior's name is Yahusha, the Messiah. Then it became Yeshua, which they were never commanded to do. If you look in the concordance, Yeshua is actually just an Aramaic word for salvation. It is not a name. And we have Yahuwah is salvation. Now we just have salvation. So we already lost this right here, which is extremely important because Yahuwah said in Isaiah 43:11, I am He. Before me there was no all formed, all is mighty one. No after me there is none. I am Yahuwah, and besides me there is no deliverer, no savior is what that means. So if the Messiah's name is Yahuwah is salvation, this actually fulfills this verse right here. So like I said, then they shortened it to Yeshua, which is just a word, not a name. It means salvation. Then they wrongly changed that to Isus, which is not a transliteration. It's a blatant change of a name. You can look up, there's a Celtic god named Isus, which is, I think, where they got this from. And then when the J was invented about 600 years ago, because there was actually no J in Greek or Hebrew, then we got this name. I believe that we all need to get back to using the original name of our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach. Or you can say Yahusha, the Messiah. If we look in Acts chapter 4 and verse 12, there is no deliverance, which means salvation, in anyone else, for there is no other name under the heaven given among men by which we need to be delivered or saved. The name Yahusha literally came from heaven. This name was given by men. In John chapter 5 and verse 43, Yahusha says, I have come in my Father's name, and you have not received me. But if someone else comes in his own name, you will receive him. Now I want you to pay close attention. He said he comes in his Father's name. And we can prove in the concordance that the Father's name is Yahuwah. I want you to examine the beginning of the Father's name and of the Son's name. Yod, He, Uah. Yod, He, Uah. Yahu. He came in the Father's name. That would be literally impossible if it was this name. Now, I used to call upon the name Jesus for a long time. But eventually, I kept on praying because I knew there was something wrong. And eventually, Yahuwah revealed the truth to me about his name and about the name of the Savior. I personally don't think that the people who have not heard about this truth will be judged for calling upon the other name. But I do think if you have heard the truth about this, it is your duty to go and pray and study to show yourself approved, and then you can make your decision. Don't just walk away from this and say, no, I speak English, I can say whatever name I want. That is rebellion. And the scriptures say that rebellion is witchcraft. Please don't leave any nasty comments. All I'm doing is showing you guys what I've found through my research and prayer. I love each and every one of you, and I pray the best for you. Shalom. Don't forget to like and follow.